Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, a windy and stormy day on tap for Acadiana tomorrow, and this time tomorrow afternoon I expect most of Acadiana to be under a tornado watch, and there will be the threat of severe storms that could produce damaging winds and isolated tornadoes, maybe some hail as well, but tornadoes are going to be the main threat, wind damage the secondary threat, and we'll talk more about that in just a bit. First off, though, I noticed this afternoon the upper level system that's over by New Mexico and Arizona really kicked up, and this is going to be like a bowling ball rolling through the U.S., but you can see it's kicking up dust in Mexico that's moving through southeast Mexico, West Texas, El Paso, probably pretty low visibility here, and that's working its way eastward. And it'll be interesting to see, and we've seen this a number of times in the spring and in the fall, that we have weather systems that are way out here that have dust in them, and as they move on through, the thunderstorms in those storms deposits a layer of dust on the cars. Now, it's going to be hard to decipher because we have a lot of pollen out here as well this time of year, but if we see a brownish or a reddish tinge to whatever's left on your cars that are left outside tomorrow, you might see some of that dust that's getting kicked up. And here's that system. It's going to be a severe weather maker for the deep south tomorrow, and then the extreme southeast U.S. going into Thursday. And this afternoon it's producing snow down toward the Grand Canyon, western New Mexico. Blizzard warnings in effect for the Texas-Oklahoma Panhandle. It's not much snow here, just several inches of snow, but 60-mile-an-hour winds will reduce visibilities and make it quite rough to travel. So that's why you have that blizzard warning there. Meanwhile, for us, as we take a look at the big picture, plenty of clouds, some showers. The showers have been certainly heavier off to our north and east. And as we check out the local Doppler radars, most of Acadiana relatively quiet. We do have some shower activity that we're keeping an eye on into southern St. Martin Parish, and then into the parishes off to the east, and a few showers in around the Morgan City area. Heaviest activity close to home north of Alexandria, south of Winfield. A fair bit of cloud ground lightning here, and can't rule out severe weather with these storms in the northern part of the state as they continue to advance northward. But tomorrow, the severe weather threat for most of Acadiana. I-10 corridor on northward, a slight risk of severe storms. Then you get up to the Highway 190 corridor, an enhanced risk of severe storms. That's a 30% chance of a severe storm occurring within a 25-mile area anywhere within the shaded area. And then we go to a moderate risk in the northern part of the state, eastern Arkansas into Mississippi and Alabama. So we do expect a significant tornado outbreak more than likely, and we're talking EF2 or greater tornadoes that can produce 120, 150 mile an hour winds, and there may be several rounds for our friends up there. And then that severe weather threat shifts off to the east, and we might see a moderate area kind of pop up tomorrow for the areas of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina down the line. So here's the graph model. We'll show you this. This just came in just before news time, so I haven't had a chance to look at it, but showers and storms get kicking, it looks like, between noon and about, say, 3 o'clock, and any one of these cells might have some rotation associated with it, and then we'll probably see a secondary round of showers and storms. It's not going to be one unified squall line that's going to be pushing on through. It's going to be a wave of showers and storms. And again, at this time tomorrow afternoon, some strong storms that could be potentially supercell rotating thunderstorms that could produce damaging winds, isolated tornadoes. After that, we dry out and we clear out for about 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and cooler, drier air moves in for the rest of the week and into the weekend. Taking a look at some of the severe parameters, this is called the helicity index, or tornado spin potential, and we look for areas that, well, magenta here, but there's not going to be any storms here, we don't think, at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll watch this area back to the west, and notice you saw a flare up on the Mississippi River, and we'll be watching these areas of purple. If, boy, you see red, that means there's enough spin to produce tornadoes. All the way down to I-10 corridor, we're in the enhanced range, so we'll keep an eye on the storms. You can see how St. Landry, Lafayette Parish on northeastward looks to be under the gun, and then there could be one or two significant tornadoes. We see that across central Louisiana up through Avoyelles Parish, and then certainly going into Mississippi down the line. On top of that, it's going to be a very windy day tomorrow. Winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour, we think, in the afternoon, early evening hours, out ahead of the storms, and maybe wind gusts much higher than that in some of those severe storms. So should be quiet overnight tonight. Tomorrow, your highest rain chances in the afternoon and early evening, and then we got much better weather to follow going into the weekend.